Hot hatches have never been better, which is bad news for the Golf GTI. The last time we put it against its main rivals, the Icon finished last. How embarrassing. But Volkswagen haven't just rolled over and given up. They've been sweating blood at their German headquarters in an effort to make it better than ever. And the result is finally here. The 7th generation Golf GTI. First, the stats. Compared to the old Mark VI, it's got an extra 10 brake horsepower, over 50 pounds-feet more torque, it uses less fuel, accelerates harder, and goes faster. The price? Up by £195. No revolution so far, but this Golf GTI is rammed with more driving gadgets than ever. This Golf I'm driving is fitted with 2 options that are going to be almost essential if you want to get the most out of your GTI. The first is adaptive chassis control that'll set you back £800, but it does then allow you to pick your preferred settings for the gear change, the steering weight, the damper settings, the throttle control. And on top of that, for £980, it's got the performance package. Now that not only gives you an extra 10 horsepower, but perhaps more importantly, it provides you with the Golf's secret weapon, an electronically controlled mechanical limited slip differential. What this clever differential does is send just the right amount of torque to each of the 2 front wheels before either of them starts losing grip and spinning your power away. It's a sort of advanced traction control system that means you get the maximum grip from your 2 front wheels all of the time. Despite all that, when you're actually just cruising along, you could be in any Golf, to be honest. There's no real engine sound to excite me. There's no sudden stiff suspension to make me feel like I'm in a GTI. First impressions then, it's a bit disappointing. But I'm hoping for a revelation on the track. This is a Porsche 911 Gt3 Rs, the best handling 911 ever. And Volkswagen employed the man who signed off the Porsche chassis to work on the Golf. To find out if he's in line for another pay rise, I've come to the Paul Ricard circuit in France, owned by F1 boss Bernie Ecclestone. So into these tight, now feed in full throttle, and it grips and goes. No torque steer, no tugging of the wheel, that's what we like. First impressions, good. Time, though, to push it a bit harder, I think. What I want to do is disable the Golf's electronic safety systems. Torch your tyres, nail the throttle. So I can feel how it moves around at the limit. But this car is a control freak. While it has let me disable its traction control, the gadget that stops wheel spin, its stability control can't be fully disabled. Very frustrating. Turning the traction off has allowed me to better enjoy driving this brilliant differential. I can modulate that traction on the way out, make the most of the diff working for me. But what I can't forgive the Golf for is not being able to turn all the ESC off, because it's taken away completely any of that lovely, magical lift-off oversteer mid-corner. Here's Senior, 100 miles an hour. I want a little bit of oversteer, but oh, I haven't touched the pedal. That is all the brakes, just killing any chance of a bit of lift-off oversteer and taking all my speed away from me. Contrast this with the Mark V version of the Golf GTI, which I drove back in 2004. On that car, you could fully disable the stability control and play. You find out a lot about a car's character when you drive it to the limits. But as soon as I get near the limits of the Golf, its electronics cut the power and apply the brakes. Oh, you spoil sport. And the bad news continues under the bonnet. Whilst that extra torque in the engine might give it more acceleration from 0 to 62, out here on a track where I want to keep it buzzing, just 6,500 revs, doesn't
bringing excitement.
Sadly, the new Golf GTI can't beat its rivals when it comes to thrills. Whilst this new Golf GTI might be bristling with the latest innovations and safer than ever on the road, I'm afraid neither the chassis nor the engine give me the kind of buzz I want from a hot hatch. And that's a big disappointment.